Good morning, everybody. I wanted to get on for a minute and continue my tirade from the other day because I have gotten a few messages from people, kind of, nothing bad, uh, just some comments, and I want to expand, I guess, a little bit, and especially after what I read today, that, we talked about Disney and the fact that, to me, people are being just negative to be negative. And the classic example showed up. Many of you may or may not have seen the photos of a helicopter dropping an animatronic elephant into Disneyland in California, Anaheim. Sorry, I need my coffee. And it was for the Jungle Cruise. And the point was that they had removed all the indigenous characters that were on the ride due to people saying they were offended by it. Sorry, but people have been offended by every damn thing so far in the last 5 or 6 years. And I say, screw you. We took down Splash Mountain. It's now going to be Titania's ride, which is, okay, fine, whatever. Personally, I think it's stupid, and certainly a lot of other people felt the same way. And I thought somebody had the classic counter to that, which was a interview with a tribal leader in North America, asking them whether they were going to take down a statue that they had on the tribal land of Custer. And this tribal leader said, no. Why would we do that? This is part of our heritage as well. And I want my kids to know where we came from and how we became who we are, because it's history. And I have to agree with that. We've become so, I don't know, people call it woke, you can call it, to me, it's just anger. And they can't find something to pick on, they're going to make it up. And it's gotten to the point of absurdity, and people blame Disney for going woke. And I'm not going to disagree with the comments that were sent to me or made that Disney screwed themselves over by being so woke and taking that sort of trail, I guess. But at the same time, they were pushed into it. To a degree, they were pushed into doing what they've done, which is fix Splash Mountain and basically take it away, which was a classic ride. I remember back when it first opened. I was there when just a couple of weeks after it opened, and thought it was one of the coolest rides ever. And same with, Star Tours. I was there when that opened. Actually, the week that it opened, I was, Roger Rabbit when his, his ride opened. I was actually one of the people that got a chance to get on it and ride it before it was, quote unquote, legally open to everybody. We were some of the trial people. And I thought it was very good. I think they're all very good rides. And I'm tired of seeing them being pushed aside because somebody goes, I'm so offended. Yeah. Well, you know what? There's something in the world for everybody to be offended by. There really is. And I think you'd have to agree with that. And just, if you don't like it, don't go. I'm hearing all the complaints now about the fact that they're going to be closing the Haunted Mansion for refurbishment. So you've got Haunted Mansion here that's going to be closed for a year. You've got Splash Mountain that's closed and becoming something else, and that's going to take till probably the end of 2024 before that one is. So the only thing in between there is you've got Pirates of the Caribbean in the middle, which of course went through its problems with the removal of Johnny Depp's character and then reinsertion and yada yada. they're going to take Pirates of the Caribbean and make that a Genie Plus, which I'm already hearing the bitching and moaning from people who go there every day, who happen to live in California and literally go once a week, if not more. Some of them, it's like every other day, every couple of days, whatever, because they've got their magic key that gets them in for the entire of the year, except for a small blocked out area during the holidays. But I have a cat who's got a really bad eye right now, and he's throwing a fit. And they're bitching and moaning that, oh, this is going to ruin Pirates of the Caribbean because now people are going to be getting in using the Genie line, and which allows you to get in faster supposedly than the regular just going and standing in line. And they said that's going to cause it to be backed up and blah blah. I got news for you. And somebody argued with me and told me I had no clue. Well, I got news for you. I do, because I used to go to LA a lot for work and stuff. And I'm going to tell you right now, I made the comment that lines were always long at Disneyland. Back in the 70s and 80s and 90s, long lines. Sometimes you would wait well over an hour to ride something. Star Tours was that way when it opened. Pirates of the Caribbean when it opened, on and on and on, Splash Mountain, everything. And you'd think to yourself, okay, well, I'm not going to ride, let's say Star Tours had just opened. Well, I'm going to go do Thunder Mountain because, I'm sure it's not busy because it's not new like this is. And you'd go over, and guess what? It'd be an hour wait. So there's always been a wait, and I'm sick and tired of people who live, in essence, across the street, if you will, from Disneyland and are able to pay their $1,100-$1,200 for a ticket to go all year, saying, we don't want that. Don't do that. I, for one, where I have to sit on a plane for almost 3 hours to get there and pay for a hotel room and then turn around and it's 3 hours to come back, that I like the idea of a Genie Pass that I can go and at least I know I'm going to get that ride that day. I know I'm going to be able to get in at some point during that day and not have to stand in line all day and waste all in my entire trip waiting in lines. But it's another one of those, oh, boo-hoo, poor me. Well, not poor me. Not poor me. I go and stand in lines. I go do it all, and I've done it all from the beginning. You're just not that privileged. Sorry, nobody in this country should be that privileged. This is my way, and I don't care what anybody else thinks. Anyway, I just found it. I have to agree that we seem to want to erase all of our past and all of our history, and say that was wrong. So, and I'm not saying it wasn't wrong. Don't get me wrong, okay? I too. There's been mistakes made, but when I have and I don't want to get into, because I'm certainly not. Anybody who knows me knows I'm far from racist. In fact, just the opposite. But I remember that in high school, where we were the first class to go through high school that took a class called Humanities, which was a 2-hour class, and it was a good class. I had no problems with it, and some good friends of mine who were black at the time, were very good friends. We hung out a lot together, and somebody in the class who was black said, I'm tired of all this crap about being we're a slave. We basically were a slave. We're owed. And my friend who was black stood up and said, whoa, how are you a slave? You're a high school student. You weren't a slave. Maybe your great-grandparents were quote-unquote slaves, but you weren't a slave. So you can't play that card. And it was so funny because it was just sort of like this kid didn't know how to answer, that rebuttal that. And again, I think we've made so many mistakes in so many ways, and you can't go out and change that. You can try and fix it for now and going forward, but you can't you can't go out and change the past. We're not into a situation where, we go back to the future or, quantum leap or whatever. But anyway, that was sort of off the track of what I was complaining about with Disney. I think they've tried to make, yes, they've made some mistakes with their wokeness or whatever you want to call it. I fail to see like some complaints saying the new movie Marvels is so woke, and the only thing I can see that they're complaining about is the fact that you have 3 women that are leads, and I enjoyed it. I saw nothing woke about it, nothing offended by it. I mean, I failed to see the woke, quote unquote, wokeness in that film. And as far as all you got to do is take a look. It trashed. It didn't make nearly the movie because no movie is making nearly the movie except if you want Barbie, which is, to me was, you want wokeness, there you go. It's just nuts. And even their new TV show, Echo, which I think is an incredible show, had a strong female lead who also is deaf in real life, and as the character, obviously. Incredible acting job by her. I really enjoyed it. Thought it was really well written and a good, probably one of the best that they've done in a while. And people are already going, oh, it's woke. Woke because you have a female lead? I don't understand. It's that people are off in Looney Tune lands here. So anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up because I know that I'm gonna come unglued more in the next week as I see friends and people that I know in California that are now making even more and more comments about Disneyland and the direction they're going, and Disney and on and on. But enjoy it for what it is. For crying out loud, try and enjoy some life. Quit being a bitchy, moany, me person, and just enjoy life as much as you can because it's short. And once it's over, it's over. So, you take care, people, and try to enjoy the week. And my nose, it's kind of got this huge lump on it because my cat knocked something off the shelf and hit me right in the face, trying to tell me something. Maybe I'm cat woke. Anyway, everybody take care. Take care of yourselves. Be kind to the people you know and people you don't know. I mean, that's the other part was with Disneyland of hearing all the time about, oh, they're filthy now. No, they're not. That's one of the cleanest places I've ever seen in my life. I mean, they're always cleaning and cleaning and cleaning. And, they talk about people who are really nasty and mean, that work there. I've not met one yet. Trust me, I've not. I spent time trying to find somebody that was just, I thought, oh my God, this is horrible. And one of the sweetest, I read where somebody hated the Earl of Sandwich, which is in downtown Disney. And they said, yeah, don't go there. Food's not good, and the people are just nasty and mean and, horrible and blah, blah, blah. And I was there every day for a week. Excuse me, every day for a week. And obviously I thought the food was good, and it was nice to be able to sit and have a Bloody Mary in the morning and wake up to that. And the people that worked there, those girls worked hard. They took, helped each other out to make sure that you were being waited on. I thought incredibly nice. In fact, one young lady there really, to a degree, made my stay, because by the second day that I came in, they knew my name, and it was funny. I began to feel like Norm in Cheers, because I'd walk in the morning on the third day, and it was tea, and it was like, good morning, guys, and the guy would go, usual, and I'd go, yeah, my Bloody Mary, and sorry, they don't need to do that. They don't, how many times people like that remember your name? So anyway, I'll get off. Thank you, people. Have a great day, and stay safe, and especially the way the weather is. Cheers.